Hello YouTube, it's Michelle the Bandit on my week 26 update. That's my 6-month post-op. I can't believe it, 6 months already. So last week I weighed in at 179 and then this week I weigh in at 176. So that's a 3-pound loss for the week, which if you've been watching my weight loss journey you know that this is the biggest loss I've had in a long time. 3 pounds down in 1 week. So just keep going forward and hopefully it's, another 3 pounds down. I was really stuck and I seem to have gotten a little bit unstuck now. So hopefully I can get on a little bit of a roll and get out of these 170s, because if you've been watching my journey you know those 180s, I was in those for months. So hopefully the 170s are just here briefly. Things are going well for me. I think I'm at my sweet spot for restriction. I canceled my, for those who haven't been watching, I started my journey at 232 and my day of surgery was June 24th, and now I'm 6 months out and I had 2 fills, so I'm at a total of 6 cc's in my 10cc band, and my last fill was in October, and I had a November fill and I canceled it. And I had a December fill and I canceled it, and I have a January fill and I canceled it. So I think I'm just at my sweet spot. I did book another fill for February because they do fill up fast. The fills fill up fast. So I booked one for February, but we'll see if I need it. I'm just going to keep canceling it because I'm feeling a really good amount of restriction right now. I do get stuck, but not enough where I think it warrants an unfill. And I just feel like I'm at a sweet spot right now, so I feel comfortable. But for that, everything's fine. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable in my clothes. I'm starting to fit into all my old clothes again. I know I went over that last week. I showed you my skirt that I fit into. And life is good. People are noticing, and most importantly, I'm noticing my own body. I was actually looking at pictures yesterday, and when I was in Hawaii, last time I was in Hawaii, I weighed 172 pounds, so it's only about 4 pounds less than I am now. And I showed a picture of my cousin, and showed a picture to my cousin of me in Hawaii, and I said, "Do I look like this?" And she's like, "Yeah, you look exactly like that." And it's weird because I look at myself then and I'm like, "Oh, I looked small there," but I guess if I look comparable, I'm starting to look like my old self again, which is really, really nice. It's been a long journey. So things are good. I'm starting to open up and, try new things, and I don't know, I'm just, like I said, feeling more and more like myself, and I know with every pound down it's going to be better and better. So I know it's Christmas time for all you guys, but I don't celebrate Christmas, so I have no temptation, except for I work in a clinic, so people are always bringing in chocolates, but I've been really good at not eating them. But I have no Christmas dinner or anything to sidetrack me, so I'm lucky in that respect. So hopefully this week just goes as planned, and I am going on a beach vacation on January 5th, so that's about 2 weeks away. So I would like to be, I think I said I wanted to be 172, because when I went to Iceland I was 192, so it'd be nice to be 172 by the time I went on my beach vacation, because that would be 20 pounds down from my last vacation. We'll see if it happens. That's 4 pounds away, so hopefully I have a good week this week and next and I can achieve that. Okay, so that's my update, and then I always try to field a question or two that I've been asked in my video. So someone was having a hard time with their, I guess, post-op. They've been in like a lot of pain and all this stuff, so they asked me about my post-op. I don't really know the answer to that, because I think everyone's an individual, and we all experience, as a nurse, I know everyone experiences pain in a different way. I had my surgery on Friday, June 24th in the morning, and I went home and I made it a conscious effort just to walk around. I would live in a condo, so walk up and down the hall, every hour to try to get rid of my gas pain, and nap, but get up almost every hour to walk it off. And then on the next day, the Saturday, I was still on the painkillers, but I was eating frozen freezies, and then I was like taking less painkillers but getting up to walk, and then Sunday I cut the painkillers out. Monday I called in sick to work, and I could have probably gone to work. I was really tender and uncomfortable, but I wanted another day. I was totally off painkillers that day. Just tried to go about my regular day. Went out, went to run a couple of errands slowly. I wasn't, running any marathons. And then I had to actually go back to my videos and watch. But I posted a video. I'm wearing like a coral shirt, like a coral workout shirt on the Monday. I went back to work on the Tuesday. So, people are like, how did you go back to work 4 days later? The people I worked with, I told them that I had this surgery, so they knew I wasn't going to be tip-top shape. The type of nursing I do doesn't involve like heavy lifting or anything like that. So that was that. I took a Friday and a Monday off work. I was back on Tuesday. So my recovery wasn't that bad. There was times at work where I had to like sit down. I was like, had to take a breather. But I just tried to get all my water in and take it easy. Could I have taken longer off? Yes, but I didn't. So I only had 4 days I had my surgery on Friday, went back to work on Tuesday. So that's my journey. It definitely doesn't need to be your journey, but that's my answer to that. I think it's good if you have the ability to take the time off. I was kind of fresh in my job at that time, and I didn't have the luxury of taking time off work. I mean, I think maybe it would have been good mentally and physically to do it, but I managed, and 4 days. So that's my story about that. I didn't feel 100% for probably 3-4 weeks. That being said, I wasn't in excruciating pain needing painkillers, but I just, it was tender probably for 3-4 weeks, but back to normal after the first week. So I hope that's answered your question, but I want to stress that everyone's an individual, and my experience doesn't reflect yours or anybody else's. Yeah, but I hope that's been helpful, and thank you for asking your questions and watching my videos, and I look forward to coming to you next week, hopefully with another big loss, so I can get out of these 170s into the 160s. Thanks, guys. Bye.